All right, looks like we're live, Casey.
Um, Second officer's log. Started 55448.8. We've been traveling galactic south from Starbase 200 for several weeks now. Although I am happy to be underway, it has been rather boring. We haven't encountered anything particularly noteworthy since our last mission, and the monotony of shipboard life is beginning to set in both in myself and as well as in my crewmates based on my observations. Watch rotations, routine maintenance, and inspections. It can all wear you a bit thin. To help break the routine, I have decided to invite my fellow senior officers to the holodeck to join me in a new program which I acquired during my time on board the Tiananmen. End log.
All right, so as Casey has stated, um, you guys are starting to settle into the daily shipboard rotations. You guys have been traveling since the last mission for about 3 weeks. So you're just doing routine maintenance, routine inspections, on the sensors, maybe a stray asteroid, a charted planetary system with nothing of interest. Definitely nothing that you're going to change course over. Um, in terms of like cruise discipline and stuff, not really anything that the commander or captain would have to deal with. Most of them are minor. Maybe a fight here, an argument here. You know, nothing too major. Engineering's basically running. You got your running your diagnostics, doing your maintenance, replacing your power relays, your power converters when needed. And just really, it's just starting to settle in a mundane, like a mundane feel aboard the ship. So with that being said, I'm gonna place the time at this moment in your off-duty hours. So let me know where everybody is on the ship.
How off duty are we talking?
A couple hours. Let's say 3 hours after duty.
Okay. So DeGrasse, feeling a bit tired lately, so he's probably trying to hit the hay pretty early in his quarters.
All right, the commander's being restless in his quarters.
Mhm.
Where's everybody else at?
Mentor will grab a bite to eat and then probably be reading in his quarters as well. To report any last minute things.
Nidon will be reading a good book in her quarters.
All right. You guys are that poor that you resorted to old-fashioned reading. House, we just got Casey and the captain, I believe.
Casey will be in his quarters trying on different holodeck outfits, 1920s themed.
All right, and then lastly, the captain. Or did the captain still AFK? Believe captain's AFK. All right, so technically this is the captain's quarters, but I think we'll double it as a crew type quarter. So we got Casey kind of standing, I don't know, in front of the mirror here, trying on his various outfits, going to and from the replicator, trying on different things, trying to get the style just right.
So Casey's gonna settle on an outfit. Whichever of his favorite one that he tried on. Probably like a good like pinstripe shirt, trench coat, fedora, and he's going to head out of his quarters and I guess head to whoever's quarters would be nearest to him of the senior staff.
Let's see. So we have 4 there, correct? What'd I roll? Looks like it'll be Mendrox is the closest to you.
He'll walk up there and ring the chime.
Oh, come in.
Hello,
Ow.
Mendrock.
Oh, hey, Casey.
What do you think of the new outfit?
Um, very reminds me of a trip to the past.
Indeed. And if you're interested, you could join me. I got a new holodeck program.
Have you made sure this one won't malfunction?
Well, I got it from a good source. That repair technician seemed like a mighty reputable guy.
Hmm. Going back to the past again, huh?
It's supposedly set during the Roaring Twenties, as we called it in human history, in the
Oh, yeah.
city of Chicago.
Almost the same time frame when we jumped around in the past. Similar anyway. Um, Chicago, huh? Wasn't that a city of crime back then?
So I've read. I can't say exactly what the holodeck program is about, but I can imagine that'll have some involvement. Are you in?
Yeah, I mean, you bring in the whole crew, man staff, that is.
That was the plan. I was going to keep walking along down and see who was interested.
Suppose I better find some appropriate attire.
Indeed.
Hmm,
Meet in the holodeck in, say, an hour?
that sounds good. See you then.
See you. And you'll continue to the next quarters.
I'll get up and start trying to find something appropriate with the replicator.
All right, Casey, the next quarters you're going to run to are that of Commander DeGrasse's.
He'll ring the chime.
Oh, where's my door chime? There.
DeGrasse will let out a sigh. Ugh. Get out of bed. Yes. Come in.
Sorry, did I wake you up?
Uh, no, actually, you didn't, Casey. Was just trying to see what I could do, but sleep wasn't coming. So, what can I do for you?
Well, if the outfit doesn't give it away, I'm heading down to the holodeck with Mendrock, maybe some of the others, in about an hour. We've been underway for quite a while. I think we need to break the monotony. Maybe that's contributing to your lack of sleep.
Possibly. Well, All right, well, I was just getting frustrated here, so yeah, why not? I'll meet you down there in an hour. Sounds good. Should we all dress as you, or what do you have in mind?
Uh, any era appropriate outfit would be good. Feel free to add your own style to it.
Okay, will do. See you soon.
See you there. Next quarters.
These would be the captain's quarters. So I got to bring the captain back from the GM later. So that'd be the captain's quarters for real this time.
I'll ring the chimes.
Enter.
Am I bothering you, Captain?
Place the book back on the table. No, not at all. Please have a seat.
He'll sort of crouch down and pat the dog a bit. If the outfit didn't give it away, so far, Mentrock and DeGrasse are joining me for a holodeck program to unwind a bit, having been underway for quite some time now. You're more than welcome to join us, Captain.
I'm not too familiar with Earth's history, but is this something to do with an earlier period in time?
Set during the Roaring Twenties in human history, in the city of Chicago. It was given to me by a repair technician aboard the Tiananmen. I was at least assured that it was interesting.
Well, it's been a while since I've gone on a holodeck expedition. Sure, I will join you.
I'm glad to hear, Captain. We're meeting in the holodeck in about an hour.
Very well. I'll see you then.
See you then, Captain. And guess he's going to Nadon's quarters now.
Sorry, Captain, I need to borrow the space. I think that's the next thing maybe we should build is personalized crew quarters for everybody. And you eventually come around to Nadon's quarters.
He'll ring the chime.
Nadon will get up and go open the door. Hello?
Hello. I hope I'm not interrupting.
My reading, aside from that, nothing too important, Commander.
If you're interested, myself and the other senior staff are heading down to the holodeck in about an hour to try out a new program I got while I was aboard the Tiananmen. I haven't tried it yet.
What kind of a program?
Well, it's set during the Roaring Twenties of human history in the city of Chicago. Hence the outfit.
Sounds like fun. Sure, I'm in. Thanks for the invitation, Commander.
Anytime. See you then.
See you in an hour, Commander.
All right. So, does anybody take any detours on the way to the holodeck, or what do you guys do after Casey leaves? Basically, I guess we could start there.
I go to the replicator, finding an outfit.
The captain will research the appropriate attire for the setting.
DeGrasse will do the same.
Likewise with Nidan.
Okay. So for you three, or you four, sorry. Give me. What is this going to be? Probably Insight Con difficulty 1 to find period specific clothing in the databases.
That's funny.
Yes. Oh man.
Nadon looks like he might be going as a punk rocker to 1920s.
I'm almost
Well-
half tempted to just roll percentile and see what decade you get. If you're game, I'll do that.
Sure. It's
Right.
A20s.
Okay, Nadan, your clothing comes from like right before the 1920s. So you probably find like clothing that's probably more meant for like the 1910s as opposed to the 1920s. I'm not an expert on women's fashion, but Mendrock, de Grasse, you are able to find whichever clothing you'd like. And Captain, it takes you a little bit of time to dig through the databases because you're not quite familiar with the period in history, but you eventually find something. So yeah, Captain, you probably spend about 30 minutes trying to find the proper attire. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that with 2010 clothing.
Could be 1910 or 1810.
Oh man, could you imagine? Or 1410? Or I guess it would be the 1420s. The only thing you heard Casey say was the 20s. Oops, that is definitely not the people I need. See, we need Bensrock, Captain DeGrasse. All right, at about the hour mark, each of you meet Casey at the entrance to the holodeck.
Ah, good to see everyone. Very good outfits. Although, Lieutenant, yours might be a little out of period.
Sorry, Commander. I'm not well versed in Earth fashion history.
Understandable. I'm sure the holograms won't notice.
So, Commander, what can you tell us about this holodeck program?
Well, I know about as much as you, other than that in the 1920s Chicago, a city of crime, seedy underbelly. I imagine that will have something to do with the story.
So, Casey, am I to take it that this is likely going to be a violent episode?
Well, I really don't know. I imagine there are fights should we pick one, but there may indeed be room for some diplomacy.
DeGrasse kind of rolls his shoulders. Well, I, for one, am, I guess, down for an active holodeck excursion, so we'll see if we can generate some excitement.
Well, if everyone's ready, shall we head in?
Lead the way, Commander.
He'll say to
Do,
the computer.
do we have?
Computer,
Sorry to
go
interrupt,
ahead.
Peter. Do we have aliases of different names for this adventure? Like characters that we play in part of a story.
Not as far as I know, but I suppose if you wanted to, Captain, I could have that added to the program.
It's perfectly all right, Commander. I'll wing it.
Computer, begin program Casey 74.
And after a few beeps, the computer will respond back, that program is now active.
Casey will step in.
And opening the doors, you see a hustling and bustling city Chicago street. Your eyes kind of deceive you, but the scenery appears to be in this black and white color. As you step through the holodecks, you notice that your clothes also change hues to match the color of the scenery. It's almost as if you basically stepped right inside a black and white TV show. There's a lot of people coming and going. There's a lot of of, of motor vehicles driving by. Lots of shops, newspaper salesmen, kids asking if anyone needs a shoe shine. Pretty hustling and bustling for what you would probably imagine maybe early afternoon. I guess I'll pick one to throw you guys at. Right here looks good.
DeGrasse will glance down at his clothes and say, "Huh, Casey, that's an interesting effect. Never seen this one before."
Neither have I. Interesting to say the least.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Alcohol prohibited in the United States.
Casey will go up to the newspaper boy and give him whatever coin for a newspaper.
Give me quickly, Casey. Let's just do an control con. Just to just to ensure that maybe you've remembered to bring currency. Or I guess that would be insight con. Yeah, insight. Difficulty 1. Yep, yeah, you hand the paper boy a 10-cent piece. Here you are, mister. Thank you very much.
He'll open it up and just glance through.
Yeah, most of the newspapers just like what you'd expect, news articles, sports scores, betting scores from horse races, an article about I believe it's the 18th Amendment being passed, and the the outlawing of alcohol nationwide is the big cover story. And then like some minor like world news stuff.
Right. He'll pipe up. At this time, the United States had just made alcohol illegal, a highly controversial move which led to a number of profiteering organizations to take up the business of illegal alcohol smuggling.
So DeGrasse will say, "Casey, am I to understand that they had invented synthahol at this time?"
No, that would not be for another couple of centuries.
Huh.
I'm sure you can see where the issues in this policy arose.
So what did they drink recreationally?
Water, I suppose, or as I said, illegally obtained alcohol. At this time, speakeasies were popular. They were sort of underground and illegal bars that one could find themselves invited to.
So someone walks up, kind of behind you. We'll call him this guy here in the hat that's kind of up against the wall. He kind of leans over and says, "Psst, psst."
Can we help you?
I heard you guys talking about the 18th Amendment.
What about it?
Got a got a place you might be interested in. A jazz club of sorts. Need a password to get in though.
I don't suppose you have that password.
I might for the right price.
Casey will turn to the others. Well, what do you think?
This place, um, it's place for communal gathering.
It's only the finest establishment just opened up. So new the feds don't even know about it yet.
Why would the feds not like that place if it's a place of business?
It's because they, yeah, he kind of motions for you to kind of lean in, and he whispers, or not whispers, but like loud enough that just you can hear it. It's because that's where we sell the hooch.
Sorry, hooch.
Alcohol, Captain.
Oh, and how much for this information?
Oh, about two ought to do it.
$2?
And he hears the siren and he kind of starts looking around. You want the information or not?
She kind of looks to the others.
That siren was well timed.
Well, Captain, what's the harm in checking it out?
We end up in a mess.
She reaches into her pocketbook and pulls out $2.
And I'm just trying to grab one bit of info. Where the bloody hell is it? Oh, there it is. Yep, there we go. Okay. You're going to go to the corner of Ohio and Rush Street. See, and you're going to look for a building that says Garrett Popcorn, right? And you're going to knock on the door 3 times. No more, no less. And someone's going to ask you for a password, and you have to say this password exactly. Otherwise, they're not going to let you in, you hear? When they ask you for the passwords, you're going to say Wilkes sent me. Now, it's imperative that you show up after sundown. And make sure you're not followed.
Got it.
It's a pleasure doing biz with you, ma'am. Oh, and you might want to get some better clothing than this. We only let the finest customers in, you see?
Understood. Thank you.
And he just kind of tilts the edge of his hat and then starts walking off as if he wasn't talking to you guys.
Look around. What's wrong with our clothing?
I don't have the slightest clue, but see if we can't find out.
I think we may need to find some formal attire. Perhaps there's a tailor.
Very well. Let's proceed on.
And as you guys start walking down the streets, you see some of these trucks, pull up in front of businesses, start unloading some crates, some boxes. You see newspaper stands stacking newspapers. The same thing, you get a kid once in a while trying to wash windows of a car or trying to offer to shine your shoes. You'll get a police officer directing traffic or telling people to move on, hurry up, let's go. Just trying to keep everybody moving, everything, pressing on. So where are you guys heading?
Help Casey look for a tailor, I guess, or a clothing store.
All right, so I'll make this yeah, probably a difficulty 1. Let's go reason con. Yeah, let's go reason con difficulty 1. And yeah, I'll give an assist on this. So whoever wants to roll it.
My reason con is 9.
Mine's 13.
Mine is 11.
Mine's 14, surprisingly.
So now down's to shuttle pilot from here on out.
Mine's 14 as well.
Or the captain.
I'll assist if you want to lead, Captain.
No, you go ahead and lead. And I thought you said insight, not reason, so it's actually 11.
And who had the assist? Captain had the assist. All right, you guys bank 3 momentum out of that. And Prax and Nadon in the distance, probably still on the same street. You do see a sign that says Amy B's Clothing.
I guess we should go over there.
Oh, I just missed an opportunity. Dang it. I forget the Macy's store was a thing.
So was Sears.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I'm gonna change that. That is gonna be Sears. It's gonna be something called Sears. I believe I can do that. So yeah, practicing it down, you see something called Sears.
Well, hopefully this establishment has appropriate attire for us. Though I don't know if I see. Do you see any listings on here for proper garment custom clothing store?
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Casey, it's your program.
Sorry, I just got back. How did the roll go?
I got 3 momentum, and I'll give you a choice of 2 places here. There's the Sears store, and then you see something called Amy B's Clothing. Kind of off in this direction.
The latter sounds more interesting. Oh, I vote there.
So Amy B's.
Yes.
Okay. So you make your way through the crowded street, trying to push through crowds of people, trying to avoid the occasional kid trying to sell you some weird thing or introduce you to come into a store and try the latest soda pop. You eventually make your way in front of the store. It's a small storefront. To kind of give you a scale here, you see this awning here. It's about one of those wide, so it's a pretty small store. But it appears to in the front of the store, through the window, it has like mannequins of suits, of dresses, shoes. The other window has like some jewelry and like some scarves and stuff. Every once in a while, you'll notice a person walk past it, and you'll kind of like window shop. A few people coming in and out carrying bags or.
Guess we'll head in.
And you walk in, and again, it's a small store. In the back of the store are like like an area for shoes, some changing areas, like to try on the clothes. There's two aisles that run down the middle of the store. One has men's clothes, the other one has women's clothing. All the finer stuff seems to be at the front of the store. There's a counter with a couple people working there. And there's maybe about, maybe two or three other people inside the store. Customers anyway. So 2 employees, about 3 customers. One of them will come up. Welcome, welcome. Come in. What can I do for you today? This would be a male gentleman. Kind of on the shorter side. Maybe 5'6", 5'7".
My companions and I are looking for some evening wear.
Looking at people likely to buy next.
What was that? I think I have just the thing for you. If you follow me up to follow me over here. This is the latest in men's and women's fashions. If you're looking for a nice night on the town, we have some reasonable clothing options here. And we got more expensive options here if you have, of course, the right amount of cash for it.
Casey will look at the expensive stuff. It is hollow money after all.
The captain will do the same.
So we'll lay down, I guess. Why not?
Oh, that's and he starts showing you around. Oh, you got a splendid eye, sir. That's one of the finest suits to come out of New York City. And we do all the tailoring and alterations right here in the shop.
Casey will pick up whichever sort of nice suit is recommended. Go try it on.
And he'll guide you to the changing area. And he'll turn to the misses of the group and how about you, ma'ams? Would you like to try on the latest in women's fashion?
Certainly.
Yes, please.
I'm trying to give you. Try to link the image here. So he shows you a bunch of like outfits that kind of look like that. Various varying colors. You got your reds, your blacks, blues, greens. Which color would you like?
Thought everything was in black and white.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yes, black and white, but that's the style then.
There's just a slight, huge change in the tone of the gray that we noticed, like, okay, that's a different color.
And I'll go, yes, these are our black ones. These are our blues. We have some reds and greens over here. These seem to be our most popular colors, but we do have a few others in the back if you don't like these.
The black one will be fine. Do you have any accessories to go with it?
Well, of course, we got an assortment of scarves and bracelets, necklaces to go with it over here. And we do have a hat to go with the outfit, and we also sell cigarette accessories for those of you that wish to have that more elegant presentation.
I'll have the red one myself.
Very good, very good. And he takes the red outfit off the rack and the black one. If you'd like our changing areas right over there, feel free to help yourselves.
She takes the black one and proceeds to the changing area.
Nidan would also go to the changing area with her outfit.
Oh, and if the interwebs have anything stylish that you guys like, by all means, feel free to post it. What about DeGrasse and Mendrock? What are you two doing?
So my outfit's probably not fancy enough. So I will have a look around and maybe try something on that might be more appropriate as well.
Yeah, there's a good number of options for suits and hats around here.
Try to find something that's like an upgrade to what I have, so it's not out of my budget.
Yeah, in one of the racks, down one of the main aisles, you find something that's, obviously more high class than what you have on, but not as high class as what Casey picked up. And you can see in the numbers that it's been kind of slashed a few times. It went from like 50 to 40 to like 35, and it sits at like 20 right now.
Check my wallet. See where I have. See about purchasing this. Hopefully it will do.
Sorry, what was that, Mendrock? I got distracted by something.
See if I have enough money and then go talk to Casey before I pay for it and say, you think this will work? Or do you think
Okay, so Casey comes out of the changing room with the Leonardo DiCaprio suit on,
on? Oh boy.
and the store worker says, my, is that a nice looking suit on you, sir?"
Thank you. I'll take it.
Let me just check the alterations for you, sir. And he kind of grabs the little uh like the measuring tape from around his neck, and begins like measuring your cup length, measuring the back of your pants. That's a one mighty fine fitting suit, sir. I don't think we have to alter this at all. It's almost like it was made for you.
Thank you. If I could have a dry cleaner bag for the suit, I'll be taking it with me.
Oh, not a problem, sir. With that suit, the dry cleaning bag will come free of charge. No need to worry about that, sir. Casey comes out of the changing room with his suit. Nadine comes out in her dress, complete with the little band.
DeGrasse will pick up, I guess, a suit similar to the one he posted, making sure to also find the nicest cane he can find in the entire establishment.
And you're able to find everything you need, toward the front of the store. You find the cane and the accessories. Yeah, pretty much, Casey. He comes up. The store worker comes up to you, Nadine. How does that fit for you, ma'am? Is Nadine still here?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that?
The store clerk comes up to you after you step out of the change room and says, "How does that fit for you, ma'am?"
Well, I suppose.
And he'll kind of hit Casey and says, "She looks mighty fine in that outfit, doesn't she? I think she needs to get some accessories, if I don't say so myself, sir. We got plenty of fine options over here, if you wouldn't mind."
I'll take a look.
And yeah, you're able to find, like a nice pair of shoes, the gloves, some jewelry to go with it. Probably at this point, everyone, believe everyone that's tried on clothing steps out of the changing room with their new outfits on. And after helping Nadon with the accessories, comes up and says, "My, are you a fine-looking group? Is there anything else I can help you with?"
I was muted.
Got worried. It got really quiet.
Yeah. I said, I think that's it, but thank you very much. We'll recommend you to our friends.
Let me just go ahead and check you guys out. I'm assuming you'll be wearing those out of the store.
Now, what time of day is it?
Why, sir? It's 6 in the evening.
In that case, yes. So I imagine we'll be going.
Very good, sir. Let me just ring that up for you. And he goes behind the counter and starts pressing his very old timey cash register. Clicks and bangs every time he pushes a button. It makes a whole sound as the receipts fly. And he'll leave you guys with a little bit of time to roleplay in your new outfits.
I imagine Casey is trying to find a way to conceal the fact that he has his revolver tucked in his jacket. How he could best hide that.
Well, I kind of think that you're probably wearing one of those, like holsters that kind of wrap around your chest. So it's
Oh,
probably
yes.
just a thing like, you could reach into your coat and pull it out.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah, so,
That would be private eye.
maybe you probably just removed it, and put it back on in the changing room.
In that case, his revolver is well concealed. No one knows a thing until he starts shooting.
All right, sir, I have your bill. All in all, with everybody here, it'll be about $500.
Um, do we combined have $500?
Well, let's see.
Or a checkbook?
Casey, you probably have a good like 160 on you. Captain, maybe 100 or so. Mendrock, you probably have like less than 50. DeGrasse, you have like 30. Same thing with Nadon.
Do you take a check?
A check. I'm sure we can come up with some type of payment plan if you'd like.
That would be most appropriate, if you don't mind.
So what we can do today is if you guys come up with $60 today, then we'll do a payment plan of $60 installments for the next year.
So an extra $120.
Yes, ma'am, but you see, you make the payments over time.
With I'm assuming this is interest.
Yes, ma'am. It's a new thing the store owners are rolling out to have the less well off be able to enjoy the finest clothing. I myself bought a suit on the store's payment plan not 2 weeks ago.
Right, but it seems like we're nearly paying double the price within a year's time. That's a little high, but
We'll take the payment plan and we will pull out a $60 bill. $60 in bills.
Oh, why, thank you, sir. Let me just get the paperwork. I just need you to sign them really quick. And he pulls out a piece of paper, and it's just like something asking for your address, things, your name, your address.
DeGrasse grabs a hat and just goes up to the guy and just says, yeah, can you put it on her tab? Thanks, I'd appreciate it. Motioning at the captain, and then just walks off.
Captain looks a little stunned.
Oh, the 500 was for like everybody though. So
Ah, gotcha.
just to make this easy.
Casey has the most money, so I guess he'll just make the down payment. Peace on out.
Yep. You sign everything. He goes, sir, it looks like everything's in order. You all enjoy your evening, all right? And if there's anything else you need, just remember to come back.
Thank you kindly.
And you all exit the store and head back onto the street.
Early humans. Miss Casey, remind me that your species was once very much like the Ferengi.
Ouch. But accurate.
Oh, come now, Captain. I think we look great. That was fun.
I suppose we should now try to find that club.
Yes. Corner of Ohio and Russ, I believe is what he said. There's a popcorn sign. We're supposed to knock on the door 3 times. If I'm not mistaken.
And say Wilk sent us.
What was that?
We're supposed to know at sundown, right? Or at least past sundown.
Yes. The store clerk mentioned it's 6 o'clock now, so
Probably by the time you get there,
yeah,
should be the proper time.
guess we'll start walking.
All right, we'll go ahead and enter a new scene. We'll speed of plot you there. And when you get to Rush Street, again, it's very lively. This one has a lot more storefronts, a lot more people coming and going. The sun is definitely starting to set. You know, a lot of the street lights are starting to come on. People are coming and going from restaurants.
Starts looking for the appropriate signage.
All right, give me um what would it what would this role be? Let's go reason or insight with either security con or security or con. Reason or insight with your security or con.
I have a 14 insight security with a focus. What's everyone else got?
I'll go ahead and make this a diff 2.
Is this assisted?
I'll give 1 assist.
I assume you'll take observation for a focus, right?
Yep.
Guess I'll roll just because I have that focus.
You also have a free. You have bold security, so
Yeah, I'll do 1 threat, extra dice.
Gain 3 momentum there. And a little bit off the street, you kind of see very faded on the side of one of the buildings. Appears the words of the popcorn place. I forgot what name I said. But you know, it's definitely weathered, worn down, and it took you. You know, it's very difficult to see if you weren't actually looking for it. But you do see the building at least.
Well, I think this is what we're looking for.
the individual did say to knock 3 times, and then the password.
Well, here goes nothing, and he'll go up in 3 times.
So you knock 3 times on a metal door, and a little slit in the door opens up. And in a gruff voice, you just hear "password."
Wilkes sent us.
And you just hear a groan, "Huh," and the slider slams shut.
I believe the accurate phrase was Wilkes sent me.
Ah. Perhaps the last few weeks have been deteriorating my brain matter. You'll knock again.
And he'll open up. What do you want?
Pardon me. Wilk sent me.
And he'll slam it again. And this time you'll hear unlocking of the door, and it slowly creak open. And the door kind of leads like down the stairs. And he looks very like angrily at you, like basically saying that if you start anything, he's gonna snap you like a twig, or like one of those type looks. It's a very muscular man, just that's just kind of like wearing like a white, um, like a white suit top with like a black vest, or what you assume is a black vest.
Casey will give him the same look in return.
And he'll just point down the stairs. You make so you guys make your way down the stairs. You hear the door slam behind you. And you go down a very narrow staircase, probably down maybe 2, 3 flights of stairs. When you come to another door, this one you're able to push open, and inside, you see a very crowded bar. It's very louded, it's very noisy. There's a lot of people. You got a few bartenders behind the bar trying to take orders. In the distance, you hear a band starting to warm up. There's a few tables along the outside and what looks to be like a dance floor in the middle.
Casey will look for a table.
There's no tables open, but you do notice that there's a smaller bar that's kind of toward the back of the room that appears to have 5 open seats.
Perfect.
Don't worry about this guy. He's not there. I tried to superimpose your heads over these guys. And the bartender comes up, kind of wipes down the bar in front of you, places coasters in front of you, be like, what it'll be, or what will it be?
Whiskey old fashioned for me, please.
And he'll pour a rocks glass in front of you, put a couple ice cubes in it, and then pour you a double of whiskey. And he'll just start looking at each of the other 4.
I'll have the same, please.
And the same thing with you, Mendrock. He'll put a rocks glass, couple ice cubes, and then give you a double shot of the whiskey.
I'll take a gin if you haven't.
Don't get many requests for gin. Hold on, I'm gonna have to grab the bottle. And he walks over to the end of the bar and kind of pulls off a dusty bottle of gin.
Well, at least it's aged somewhat.
Do you like some tonic water with that?
Uh, sure, I'll try it.
And he'll go ahead and pour you a highball glass of gin and tonic.
DeGrasse leans over to Casey and goes, I've never actually drank this before. I've only read about it. Is it good?
Well, I think so. Suppose it depends on whether or not you like gin, but well, it's worth a try at least. Pretty easy to drink.
Huh. DeGrasse takes a swig.
I guess it would depend on if your character likes gin and tonic water.
Yeah, I think I might have to roll for this, actually.
Right.
Yeah, how do I roll a 100?
Oh, just go to the dice looking thing, and then there should be a 2D 100 on there. Like if you just hover over. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little dice icon on the left, and if you just hover over that, it kind of shows you all the different things you can roll.
Gotcha. DeGrasse's face contorts. It's not quite what I expected, but it's not bad. What I imagine foliage to taste like if it were made into a drink.
And then he turns to the captain and Adon. And for the ladies,
What sort of wines do you have?
we have a nice Merlot, some Chardonnay. Trying to think of, we have some white Zinfandel. Pretty limited on the wines, unfortunately. We haven't got our shipment in today.
I'll try the Zinfandel.
And he'll go ahead and pour you a wine glass of that, which you actually have one right in front of you. And then he'll turn to Nadan. And for you, ma'am?
I'll have a mint julep, please.
Wow, Nadan getting fancy. I don't even think I know what wait, yes, I do. And he'll go ahead and make you a mint julep with bourbon. Took me a minute to remember what a mint julep was. I mean, mint leaves and all, he'll set it in front of you.
Nidan will take a sip.
So as you're all sitting in silence, you guys will start to hear the band start picking up. Really getting their instruments ready. You'll notice that a lot of the crowd is starting to focus on the stage, and a few people have taken to the dance floor.
So is the music upbeat or
What was that, Captain?
is the music upbeat?
It has not started yet. You just hear the band starting to like gather up on stage, like tune their instruments, make sure they work. They're preparing to play.
Casey will pipe up. Dancing was a very popular activity at this time, and one of the reasons why it gained the name the Roaring Twenties, is people were in a positive mood, having survived both a global war and a pandemic.
And then you start hearing the band play. Let me know if that's too loud.
It's a good volume for me.
Yeah, it's good on my end.
And obviously people are starting to take to the dance floor. Doing their box steps, their Charlestons.
DeGrasse gets in the spirit and turns to his colleagues and says, "Well, I'll give it a shot," and gets up and goes to the dance floor.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Captain.
The captain takes a drink of her wine and walks out to the dance floor.
To kind of dance with yourselves. Well, Captain, when you head out to the dance floor, it doesn't take long for a few gentlemen to ask you if you want to dance.
She accepts.
And Nadan, unfortunately, no men ask you if you would like to dance.
That's fine. I'll wait till I'm done my.
Oh, sorry, that was for DeGrasse,
Oh, okay.
because he went to the dance floor by himself.
Gotcha.
Wait.
That makes more sense.
Wait, so nobody's asking DeGrasse to dance, or no men are asking DeGrasse?
No men are asking you to dance.
Well, I mean, either way, I'd be fine. But yeah, so DeGrasse is just gonna, awkwardly try to figure out what the dance moves are that he's seeing. He's not familiar with the style of dancing, so he'll
Yeah,
try
you
to mirror.
notice that it's mostly couples,
Oh,
almost
okay.
exclusively couples. So you've gotten a few weird glances as you walk out to the dance floor by yourself.
He's just gonna feel it. He's just gonna keep rolling with it for a second.
Eventually, a woman steps out onto the dance floor and says, "Excuse me, you seem to be a little lost." To you, DeGrasse.
He'll stop and say, "Oh, I do."
Normally, you're supposed to have a dance partner for this. And she kind of holds her hand out.
Well, DeGrasse will say, well, I've got enough practice dancing with myself, so he'll reach out, take her hand, and give a slight bow. So what are we doing?
Judging by how inexperienced you definitely appear to be with dancing, probably just a very easy box step number. Unless there's reasons why you might know other dances.
Both DeGrasse and myself do not know any of the dances of the period, so we'll just go with a very simple one and let her lead.
And then she'll turn to you and says, I hope you're paying attention to the steps because it's customary for the gentleman to lead.
Well, I can try, but I honestly can't guarantee that we won't hurt ourselves, with me leading at least. And he'll awkwardly try to take the lead.
Give me a control con. Let's go difficulty 1.
Okay. Survival for a focus?
No.
Yeah, I figured I'd try.
And you step on her toes a few times. And you can see she kind of closes her eyes in a little bit of pain.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Whether it's the alcohol or, well, maybe I'm just distracted by your beauty. I just can't seem to get the moves. I'm sorry.
Definitely give me a presence command with that last thing.
I was waiting
there.
for that. I was waiting for that. All right. Let's see here. Presence command. What's the difficulty?
2.
Persuasion for a focus?
Oh. Probably.
Okay. And yeah, take a threat. All right. Give it to me.
And he rerolls.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Can I just reroll 1 or is it the 2? Just 1.
Do you have bold or something?
Uh
I don't know what you have for sets or
yeah,
talents.
no, that's a good call. Bold commands, actually.
You could reroll the complication.
Nice.
I'll just take the first dice. So with that statement, she kind of blushes a little bit. Kind of smiles, blushes, and says, just relax, you're doing fine.
Mm.
It's not often I get to dance like this.
Well, you and me both, truth be told. Well, let's see if I can do this again. And he, awkwardly starts to go back into the box stop.
All right. So as you two are dancing, the captain's dancing. What are the other 3 doing back at the bar?
Drinking my whiskey slowly.
I'll actually turn around from the bar to watch the dancing as I drink my julep.
And you definitely see DeGrasse having a few problems doing the box step.
DeGrasse sees Nadon and turns and waves.
Then sitting next to you, DeGrasse, 2 men come up and kind of just point to the bartender, and he nods and quickly gets them their drink. and they kind of say to each other, "Can you believe that guy dancing with the boss's girl?" Yeah, I know. I wonder what the boss is gonna think when he gets here. Oh well, we'll let him have his fun for now. And then they go back off to where they came from. Hopefully Casey heard that.
Yeah. Casey's gonna kind of glance at Nadon and Mendrock, and then he's gonna abruptly stand over and walk over to the dance floor.
Nadon will lean over to Mendrock. So, who's this boss they were talking about?
I think it has something to do with the illegal part of this matter. Maybe something about a gang or mafia or something.
All right, and then Casey, I'm assuming you're going straight to DeGrasse.
Yeah, he's just gonna start try to politely but forcefully push his way through the crowd.
Captain, you see Casey. Basically, Casey passes by you as you're dancing with your fellow, and you see him kind of heading toward DeGrasse.
When he gets to him, he'll look at the lady. Good evening, ma'am. Haber, could I have a word with you?
Of course, Arnaud. Would you like to cut in? Because I would be more than happy. He glances at the girl.
I'm afraid that'll have to wait.
Okay. And DeGrasse will turn to the woman and say, excuse me for a moment, and walk off with Casey.
And she'll politely thank you for the dance and say, if you feel like gracing the dance floor again, I'll be around.
You'll be the first person I talk to. Okay, Casey. Is everything okay?
Well, sorry to interrupt your pleasant holodeck experience, but I overheard a couple of people who I believe to be mobsters discussing a newcomer who is dancing with the boss's girl. Didn't take terribly much deductive reasoning to figure that one out.
Huh.
I don't take it you brought a revolver in with your costume.
Kind of pats himself down and says, no. The only thing that I brought, and he points over towards the bar where he left his cane on the chair, is that. Do you expect trouble?
Well, to be fair, it was a holodeck program recommended to me, so presumably they knew the sort of program I'd be interested in. Either way, I think it may be best if we wrap things up.
Well, by all means, Arnell, I'll follow your lead, but I was just getting into it. I was learning some new moves. That was fun.
There he is, boss. There's the guy that was dancing with your woman. And you see the two guys with an older looking gentleman, and they're pointing like right at you, DeGrasse.
Well, Casey, is that the trouble?
Yep, run.
And DeGrasse turns and looks for the nearest exit.
So as you're about to do that, there's a red light that turns on and chimes start going off. And you notice all the people start kind of huddling to the sides. And you kind of notice that everyone seems to kind of not have drinks on them anymore. And everyone gets very quiet.
Set my empty drink down and get away from the bar.
Likewise.
The bartender starts like grabbing all your drinks and putting them under there, and he's closing all bunch of cabinets behind the bar, like hiding all the liquor. And through the doorway you came up, you suddenly see a bunch of police officers, probably about 5 of them. So what's everyone doing as soon as the police walk in?
I'm assuming got pulled over to the side with whoever she was dancing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, blending in.
Yeah, Casey's gonna try and look real inconspicuous.
DeGrasse will take his cue from Casey.
And the guy that had bloody murder for you, DeGrasse, kind of turns toward the police. Lieutenant Sullivan, I see you've graced yourself in my establishment again. That's right. This is the second complaint I had against this establishment for loud music. I suspect illegal booze. So me and my boys here are going to have a look around, and you better not be hiding anything. And the police start spreading out throughout the establishment. Everybody give me what would this be? The hide. Probably control. Would it be con? Control, con, or security, I think. No, let's make this daring. Yeah, daring, con, or security to blend in with the crowd. Try not to be conspicuous. Hopefully I said that right.
I will spend momentum to get an extra die.
What was the difficulty? Sorry.
2.
Would observation apply for focus? Because he's observing the crowd to sort of fit in.
Not in this case.
Okay.
Would improvisation apply as a focus? Because I'm kind of like following what others are doing and have no idea what to do right now.
I'll let you have that at increased complication.
Sure. So what complication range do you want that to be?
So it'd be 2.
I'll spend the float that was generated, and will you take deception for a focus?
Hmm.
Playing it kind of easy and cool and nonchalant.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So the police are making the rounds, and then of course they're not really finding anything because the alarms went off with plenty of time for the bartenders to hide their booze, the people holding them to hide them. But one of the uh the lieutenant that came up goes over to Mendrock, and he kind of holds out his billy club at him, kind of pokes him in the chest. Says, "You, what are you doing here tonight?
Just dancing.
Dancing, huh?
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't be doing anything else?
No,
Wouldn't
sir.
be drinking
No, sir.
or doing anything illegal?
No, sir.
Where are you from? What's your name?
Mendrock.
Mendrock. What is that,
Mm.
a foreign name?
I serve a vessel.
What kind of vessel?
A sea vessel.
Ah, you're over from the docks, are you?
Navy. Yes.
You're wearing a decent suit for a dock worker. Where'd you get it? Where'd you get the money for that?
I served in the military.
Oh, so you're a war veteran, huh?
Yes, sir.
Huh. I got my eye on you, and he keeps walking.
When his back is turned, take a napkin and wipe my brow and just relax.
As you can see, Lieutenant, the boss person speaks up. See, I'm just trying to run a legitimate business here. I serve food. I have live music. I'm 100% compliant with the law. You'll find no skeletons here. And he kind of looks behind his shoulder, kind of giving a little glance to DeGrasse. And the police officer will be like, will say back to him, I highly doubt that. I'll be back. Let's go, boys. And he and the 4 other officers head back up the stairs. And as soon as they hear the outside door close, the people start speaking up again. And the boss guy will turn to the band and says, "What are you playing for? I'm not paying you to sit there." And the band will start up again. So what is everyone doing?
Well, on account of the mobsters running,
What was that, Casey?
oh, running.
Where toward the door?
Yeah, well, assuming everyone else is in tow. And he won't ditch them, but if everyone's running.
I think everyone's split off right now. The captain's kind of with his dance partner. Mendrock and the Don are still at the bar. You two are kind of off in another corner.
Well, at the very least, DeGrasse, you want to go for a little jog?
Commander, I don't understand. Was something taboo? Did I do something that they would find offensive?
Maybe a little bit.
Uh,
I think our relaxation in this bar may be over. Are they still like there and like coming toward us?
Well, I was giving you a quick opportunity to act, but I'm about to spend some threats, so. His two henchmen come up to you, DeGrasse, and one of them kind of grabs at your arm and says, "You, come with us."
DeGrasse immediately pulls his arm away. Why would I do that?
And he reaches out and grabs you again. That wasn't a request.
Get your hand off me. Where are we going?
He turns to his buddy and says, "Oh, we got a fighter, do we?
Simply asking a question.
The boss wants to see you upstairs."
DeGrasse glances at Casey. Well, Casey, what do you think?
Sorry,
I'm
could
not.
you say? I think it's stabilizing again. What did I miss?
Well, what did you hear?
I heard a bunch. I think I heard everything, but just said out of order. Like what it was saying was like not a conversation. It was just like random words.
So the henchmen basically were grabbing at DeGrasse and saying, like, the boss wants to see you. It's not a request. He wants to see you upstairs. There's some dialogue back and forth between them, but then he turned to you and asked you, "What did you think?"
Yeah, so DeGrasse was asking Casey, basically, should we go and see the boss? Or
Well,
nods his head towards the door. Should we?
Casey says, "Well," puts his hand up on his chin, and then just like sucker punches one of the guys.
Do you? Okay. Roll me your daring security.
I'm definitely about to make this worse if everyone's okay with that. Well, I guess I already did, but take one threat. This is like a cause of distraction for DeGrasse to break free, and we can try and like sprint out in the confusion.
So you gain 3 momentum out of that, and you can roll your damage. Oh wow. Yeah, that's 10 damage.
Jesus.
In one swift, I picture you kind of doing like a forearm shiver, like kind of like right to his chin. And as you do that, his head kind of snaps back and he falls to the floor, hitting his head again on the way down, knocking him out.
All right, now he's gonna try and sprint to the door.
You have 3 float. You're still technically in combat.
You could spend that 2 float to do 3 float to do a swift task.
Yeah, I'll do that and shove the other guy to the ground, like try to.
All right. It's still going to be the daring security opposed.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do 1 threat again.
Oh wow. So yeah, so you get 2 momentum out of that, and so you just kind of one arm push him back, and he kind of he trips over a table, and is kind of caught up in like in the tablecloth, the furniture. You kind of see him flopping around as he's trying to get up.
So do I have an opening?
Yes, now you have the
First
opening.
run. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna run. Hopefully the grass is in tow.
I'm following right behind him.
And the rest of you 3 hear the commotion um, as you see Casey in very quick succession, kind of uppercut one of the goons and pushes the other goon straight into a table with the other hand. And then you see him and DeGrasse just kind of book it toward the door.
I will promptly follow. Because we don't belong here. Like, murder us, probably.
Yeah, time to go.
Captain?
I guess she'll turn to her dance partner and go, I wonder what that was all about.
I don't know. But hey, it looks like a couple spots opened up at the bar. Would you like me to buy you a drink?
I never quite got your name.
My name's Michael. How about yours?
Ezreal. Pleasure to meet you.
And he shakes your hand, and kind of holds his arm out as like in an escorting fashion. So would you like that drink?
Certainly.
All right, we'll come back to so Mandrak and Don, on your way out, you see the captain being escorted back to the bar.
She's good at handling things. I'm sure they're lost.
So what are you 2 doing? Are you continuing to follow after Casey? Are you following the captain? What are you 2 doing?
I'll stick around with the captain.
All right, captain takes a seat here with this gentleman here. Now he's there. And Nadan will move over here next to the captain. Mendrock, what were you doing?
I mean, I'll sit back down. I guess. Since we weren't involved in the altercation, we should be okay.
All right. Captain, you're led over, and he says, bartender, 2 drinks. What would you like? Azrael.
Surprised me.
Ooh, now I gotta dig deep into my drink repertoire. Sorry, I gotta do a quick search. That's kind of boring. It's fine. 2 whiskey sours. And the bartender comes back with your drinks. It's just I know a lot of drinks. I'm trying to think of a good one. I really should just grab my my liquor book. And hold on, I'm gonna be right back. I am gonna grab it. All right, I'm back. He grabs the drinks off of the bar and hands you one, and holds it up as if to make a toast. And he says, "To the evening."
To the evening. She takes a sip of it.
So, what brings a beautiful woman like yourself to a place like this?
Just passing through, actually.
Visiting from out of town?
You could say that.
How are you liking the city so far?
It's quite busy. It's an interesting place as she looks at glances at the 2 gentlemen on the floor nearby.
A few other goons at this point are trying to like help them.
So do you come here often?
I try to make it at least once a month. It's one of the first liquor establishments in the city.
Oh, so who operates this establishment?
And he points over to the boss who's kind of who's yelling at all his underlings to find him. His girl that DeGrasse was dancing with kind of near his side, kind of angry herself. Well, I think you've already kind of met him. And he points the boss.
I'm not familiar with the individual. Like I said, I'm from out of town.
Yeah, I've only ever heard of him referred to as the boss. Don't know much about him myself, but as far as I understand, he owns this place, and he has contacts with the Chicago mob to supply it.
The mob. That's quite a bit. Some connections that he's got. On her research for like this time period, did she come across Al Capone and
For a momentum, I'll let you have that.
Sure. So he must be in tight with Al Capone, or this must be one of his joints. He takes another sip of the drink.
And he'll take a sip of his. That's what I'm assuming too.
So, Michael, what do you do?
I'm an insurance salesman.
Interesting occupation. What sort of insurance do you sell?
Mostly personal and life insurance. Company just opened up a few months ago.
That was about around the time the amendment was passed.
Yeah, can't believe those idiots in Washington actually passed that thing. It's wildly unpopular.
Well, we all must embrace new ideas at some point. Though, it's a little fun to be on the wild side at times.
That's why I think establishments like this are very popular.
Out of game, back of my mind is wondering if he's actually a Fed or not. So, uh, does he seem deceptive?
No. No, you you have suspicions probably over what you've just seen, but you still get the glancing feeling that, this is probably just a gentleman out on the town looking for a good time type things. So he finishes his drink. He looks toward the band and says, looks like they're getting ready to play again. Fancy another round on the dance floor?
Sure, I'd love to.
And then he'll stand up, finishes his drink, and then reaches out for your hand.
She takes his hand.
And he leads you out to the dance floor where you can resume your dancing. So the captain goes off to the dance floor, leaving Mendrock and Nadan still at the bar.
Can we overhear any of it?
What was that?
Can we overhear that conversation with the captain?
Yeah, you could probably get bits and pieces of it.
Or just
it was definitely a more personalized conversation, but you could, if you were wanting to, you could eavesdrop in that.
yeah, I was just trying to be protective what little bit I can with Casey out here.
Yep.
I'm basically just going to keep an eye on the door and eye on the captain. And
For my part, I'll go give the dance floor a try.
Okay. So Nadan, you head off to the dance floor. And the boss of the establishment comes up to you and says, "Excuse me, you here all by yourself?"
I came with some folks, but they're not with me.
Well, I can't.
So currently, yes.
Well, I can't have a beautiful lady on the dance floor all by herself. I unfortunately am taken at the moment, but he kind of points to off into like one of the tables. My son over there has a need of a dance partner.
Well, let's solve two problems at once then.
And he kind of reaches out, his arm out, to escort you over.
I'll let him.
And he leads you over to where his son is. And he says, "Philip, why don't you ask this lady here to dance?" Come on, Pop. I'm just here to listen to the music and drink. Then he kind of he lets go of your arm and kind of kicks him in the shin a little bit. "I don't want you living in our house forever. Now get out there." He violently finishes his drink and says, "Fine." And he comes up to you, Nadon, and says, "Shall we?"
Lead on.
And he leads you to the dance floor, and the band starts playing a slower number. Do you know any dance steps, Nadon, by chance?
No. So I will observe what others are doing and try to copy.
Any in real life, like out of game?
I believe the expression is I have two left feet.
Gotcha.
I'm aware of dance. I am terrible at it.
Gotcha. So back in game, he notices your lack of dance skills, and he kind of just says to you, "Just relax, let me lead. Just do what I do."
Thank you for teaching me.
Sorry about my father. He could be quite insistent at times.
Parents, eh?
You don't know the half of it. He probably does like a step for this, I think. Something very easy.
Cool. So, would you like to talk about it, or would you prefer to just dance?
I don't know really what to say about it. I mean, you see how my father reacts to the littlest things. Tends to be overprotective of things that he thinks are his.
But you're not really his, are you?
You seen the way he talked to me? Did you really get that impression that he sees me as anything but?
That's fair.
Enough about me. How are you enjoying the atmosphere here?
I like the music. It's my first time to this place, so it's a fun new experience.
I was able to find them when I took a trip down to New Orleans. I love listening to music.
Do you play any?
Unfortunately, no. I don't have the talent for it.
It's that is unfortunate for you. I'm not.
But a man can dream, though.
That's fair.
It's one of my dreams to find bands like that and just get them so that everyone can hear how good they are.
Like organizing shows, or do you have something more in mind?
I mean, definitely if I could set up some type of venue like this for just music. But have you ever heard of the phonograph?
Yes. I've never actually seen one in use. My family's a bit old-fashioned.
I see. It is a very new technology. But a band goes to this studio and they record music on this vinyl disc that you could take anywhere and play it. It is really quite fascinating. If I can find a way to fund something like that.
How would you try to fund that sort of thing?
Well, that's what I'm still doing here. As much as I don't like working for my pop, he does pay well.
What kind of work do you do here? Do you help out with the bar, or?
I do odd jobs. Sometimes I help stock the bar. Sometimes I do delivery runs for him.
That must be dangerous.
It can be. But enough about me. What about you?
What about me?
What is it that you do? What is it that inspires you?
This will sound awfully pretentious, but I consider myself a student of the universe. Like to understand new things. I would like to go to university someday.
Well, you're definitely in the right city for that. Have you been to the observatory?
No, I haven't.
You simply must go. It was built when they had the World's Fair here a few years ago. They have a telescope that lets you see the stars. and it's right on the waterfront.
Sounds lovely.
I'm sure I can pull a few strings if you would like to go.
It definitely would be worth seeing, I think. Thank you.
Not a problem. And the song keeps playing with Nadan and Philip dancing through the song. Where we go with that's not the sound effect I want. DeGrasse and Case you guys are hiding in the alleyway behind the building. Trying to peek in through some of the blinds to see what's going on inside. Sorry, your meme game was on point, so I went with it.
Jesus, Casey. You hit that guy really hard.
Well, these mobsters are tough. Sorry to kill the fun, but well, I figured a conversation with the boss wasn't going to be anything terribly fun.
Yeah, no, if that was any indication, I think you're right about that. Well, this is your holodeck. What do we do now?
Well, that's a great question. Out of character, I did not think this far.
I could probably answer that question.
Ah, yes.
Where is trying to find a folder? No, that won't work. This one will work. Yes. So you hear somebody coming from the other end of the alley, and it's the big bouncer that you came in at the door. And there's kind of people coming from all sides of the alley.
So we're not hidden anymore?
No. You were really hiding to begin with.
All right.
So yeah, there's two hired goons on this side, the bouncer and another hired goon on this side. You! The boss wants to see you, and he doesn't take no for an answer.
Boys, there must be some misunderstanding.
DeGrasse leans over to Casey. So do we punch these guys too?
Sorry, how many were there?
4.
Okay. Are there, like, guns pointing at us?
No, but like this guy might have like a lead pipe, a crowbar. You don't really see any guns on them, for say.
Listen, we can talk our way out of this. No need for anyone to get hurt.
I don't think you understand the predicament you're in, friend.
I don't know if you do.
He walks up and stops probably, maybe 10 feet in front of DeGrasse. When the boss says he wants to see you, he wants to see you. So there's two ways we can go about this. Either you two could come with me to see the boss, nice and easy like, or we could do this my way.
DeGrasse will go. And what's your way?
In a bloodied mess.
Huh. Looks over at Casey. Speak for yourself. His boss usually is, well, violent, as you all seem to be.
Sorry, what was that, Casey?
DeGrasse was going to say,
Oh, sorry, DeGrasse.
yeah, is the boss usually as violent as you all seem to be? He's saying this to the bouncer.
Depends what kind of mood the boss is in.
So why would we have any incentive to come with you? There's going to be violence in there. There could just be violence out here. And he looks around at the other guys.
Well, see, sometimes the boss asks for weird favors if he's not as angry with you. But you'll have to ask him.
Well, Arnaud, I think we should hear him out. See what he has to say.
All right, he'll put his hands up.
Just make sure to, well, and he leans in close. Make sure they can't hear him. Hide what you need to hide.
Ah, yes. I don't know how well he can hide his, if they pat search him.
Well, I guess we'll roll the dice. Ross turns to the bouncer and says, all right, let's get this over with. Lead the way.
Wise choice. And so he leads both of you back into the building, but this time you head upstairs, past a few offices, and things like that, and then eventually you enter into an end office, with the boss and a few goon and one other goon inside. The boss is obviously behind a desk. And he has like I'm just gonna call him an accountant. He's very scrawny, glasses, has like a pencil in his hat. He does the books. And you'll be let in, and he says, "Is this the guy?" "Yeah, boss, this is him." And he'll turn the accountant to get out, and he ends up going through a side door. And the bouncer directs you in front of the desk.
And to who do we owe this pleasure?
You're not the one that gets to ask the questions. Who do you think you are coming to my establishment and dancing with my girl?
DeGrasse will very exaggeratedly look at Casey, say, did you see a name tag on her? I don't recall seeing any sort of ID or branding or anything like that. He'll turn to the boss.
Did Casey drop out again?
Oh no, I'm here. He, he's just kind of standing there with his eyes wide open. As DeGrasse antagonizes this guy.
Ah,
Thinking to yourself, this is not how I would have played this.
He
so
hasn't read about the mobs like Casey has.
yeah, DeGrasse has no idea what's he's dealing with right now. Turns back to the boss. Well, I guess what we have here is a misunderstanding. To be honest, I didn't know who she was.
Well, now you know. But don't think our business is not concluded here. You make me look like a fool in my own bar. Normally, that's grounds to take care of you. Understand?
DeGrasse, who does not understand, will just nod and say, I understand.
Good. Because you see, I have a job I need done, and I think you two are the perfect ones to do it. See, I'm waiting on a shipment from Chicago Heights. An issue with my supplier, you see. And I think I need you two to go down there and get that shipment for me.
And what kind of shipment are we talking about?
Well, you had a nice look at my wares downstairs, did you not? I'm sure you've sampled a couple.
DeGrasse nods and then glances at Casey.
Casey will say, "All right, I think we can agree to this."
Good. I need this shipment done tonight.
Will a vehicle be provided?
I think I have just a vehicle for you two.
And one other thing, I think my friend here could use a piece. He forgot his on the train.
Casey, give me presence command, please. Difficulty 3.
Don't worry, DeGrasse, I'm gonna get you a gun.
Please do.
Could I spend my determination on the value tough it out because he's being Mr. Tough Guy trying to be like, well, you're going to have to give us a gun and a car and
I don't think so.
damn. Prison's command. No focus. All right. I'm just going to spend three momentum for 4 dice. Damn.
I will let you succeed at cost at this, though.
Sure.
So he turns to you, kind of gives you a nice grin. Oh, I got just the piece for your friend here. Oh, and gentlemen, please be quick about this business here. I'd hate for any harm to befall your friends downstairs.
We'll be quick.
Very good. I am eager to put this unpleasantness behind us. And then he kind of nods to his bouncer, to get him out of here. And he turns to you, let's go. And he leads you out of the room.
Awesome.
All right. Back in the bar. Captain's on the dance floor. The Don's still on the dance floor. The music went to something more upbeat. And then people are doing, quicker steps. People are really starting to get into the dancing. The evening is definitely gone into full swing here. And Mendrock, you're just kind of at the bar. What are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to find me a dance partner. It's not the boss's role.
All right, give me. Actually, this is probably a good idea. So while you're sitting at the bar, two ladies come up and sit at the seats, or come up to the seats next to you. One of those goes, "Excuse me, sir, are these seats taken?"
No, ma'am. You're welcome to take them.
She'll turn to her friend. And she'll turn to you and reach her hand out and says, "Hello, my name is Rachel."
Oh, hello. They call me David.
Could you spell that out for me, please? So, David, do you come here often?
Actually, it's my first time.
Ours too. We're excited to actually be at a speakeasy.
Yeah, it's a happy place. Certainly been exciting.
So, David, and she points to the drinks. What's good here?
The whiskey I had was quite tasty.
No, I think I'll try one of those. And she kind of motions to the bartender. He comes up and is, "I'll have one of those," and she points to your drink. And the bartender says, "Very good, ma'am." And she pours her the drink. Then she takes the drink and starts drinking and kind of looks over toward the dance floor. And kind of starts swaying to the music.
You hear that dancing?
I don't know, but I'm eager to try it.
I'm curious myself. I've never really given it a lot of attention.
Well, I mean, she looks at some of the other couples. How hard could it be?
You want to give it a try?
I'd love to.
I will attempt to escort her to the dance floor.
And she will follow. And then, so it's you, Nadon, and the captain on the dance floor.
It's like a mosh pit.
So you guys are dancing, having a good time. I don't know what Nadon was exactly doing. Are you staying here? Are you taking his invitation to the observatory? Yep, Nadon is not there actually. But actually, Bridge the captain.
Go ahead.
Captain, we are receiving a hail from Admiral Nea.
Priority 1. Like, what's the classification, GM? Like, out of, that's what she's asking for.
Yeah, it's not a priority 1, but she wants to talk. It's not like an emergency channel, but it's probably orders.
I'll take him to holodeck. Computer Arch. As she kind of, excuse me, Michael. I'll be right back. She excuses herself from her dance partner. Does the arch appear?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Captain, hopefully I didn't disturb you.
Just enjoy some holodeck time, Admiral. What can I do for you?
Captain, I'm going to have some new orders for you coming soon.
Understood.
Think we are going to divert your ship's course to the following heading. And she sends the heading.
Any particular reason, Admiral?
I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do next week. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Oh, wait, yes, I do. We have received a report from our observation team at these coordinates that the political situation on the planet has become somewhat unstable, and they have requested evacuation. We are trying to get the details now. We should have more to report when you are en route.
Understood. I'm assuming that we'll have all the notes available from the observation team.
Oh, what was that?
Admiral, I'm assuming we'll have all the notes available from the observation team. at least on the recent reports?
Yes, Captain. We are starting to compile all of that information to you now. We'll give you a security briefing at, let's say, 0900.
Understood, Admiral.
Sorry to disturb you, Captain.
Not at all, and I apologize for my current attire.
It's your off hours, Captain. I understand.
Cracks out. Sorry. Is there anything else, Admiral, you need?
No, I'll be in touch in the morning, Captain.
Understood. Cracks out. Bridge, or Captain to Bridge.
Go ahead, Captain.
The Admiral just send me a set of coordinates. Please alter course and maximum warp.
Aye, Captain.
And she closes the channel, and then she walks away from the arch and goes back to the dance floor.
Okay. I think this is probably a very good time to actually end the episode. Yeah, because I think someone said they wanted to get out somewhat early, and it's almost almost 11. So yeah, I'm gonna call that the end of Speakeasy.